Hi, it's Miss Liz here, otherwise known as Alyssa Brace, and I'm here doing a reflection on my online lesson. So, the first question that I wanted to start off answering was what went well in my lesson that I'm going to continue in my future, and that was my read aloud portion. So, I did my lesson, and in the middle of my slides, I also did a read aloud that corresponded to my lesson, but because it was a book about similes and metaphors, and my lessons was on similes and metaphors. So I think that went really well, and it is something other than me teaching because it's someone else's voice. Well, it was still my voice reading it, but it's someone else's input and a bunch of examples of similes and metaphors. So I think I'll do a lot more of that. The next question I want to do is what do I need to work on? And I think that's just technology in general. I was frustrated while I was using Zoom when I was making my lessons, and it took me a couple tries to actually get one that I liked. So I think I just maybe need to play around with Zoom a little bit more and get more comfortable with it so that I can improve and actually use it as a tool. Something that my peers did well that I think I should also do specifically was what Lily did. She called her alligators friends, but she also was very clear on that. So the alligators were eating cupcakes throughout the lesson, but she made it clear that the alligators can eat anything, which I think is very important depending on the age because they will take things literal. So it's very important to be clear about everything and that it's a broader spectrum than just one thing. So I think that was really cool and useful, and I think I'll use that in my future. And just being age appropriate in general, because also Noah had talked about Pearl Harbor for middle schoolers, and he had a little more information on the slides than what I did because I was a younger class. So that was also something that I will utilize. And then lastly, what did I learn about virtual learning that will help me in my future is going to be closed captioning. I've always known about closed captioning, but I've always just done the auto-generated. So it's never been 100% and complete for me, and it wasn't always correct. So learning how to actually do that will be very helpful, especially since I want to do special education, because the special education has IEPs specifically. Some people can't hear as well, or maybe someone is blind who has an IEP. So those things like closed captioning for the people that have hearing impairments will be very useful. And so, yeah, thank you for listening. Bye.